Can't say I'm surprised, but am a little disappointed. I was kind of, well, actually not even hoping. This guy is such a nobody that he wasn't even on my radar for years. Even back when his books were big, he was not on my radar. But basically, author of Percy Jackson and the Olympians comes out and basically decries fans who didn't like the fact they race swapped some characters, despite the fact that the people who are making this series, adapting this douchebag's books, said they weren't going to do that. Said they were going to be as faithful as possible, I'm assuming. And this guy, this cunt, comes out and says basically that all his fans are either racist or they are disregarding the years this woman who they cast put into working as an actress. To all I can say is that wasn't the issue. That was not the issue, you fucking disingenuous douche canoe. But then again, this is kind of par for the course with assholes like this, is like the entitlement and the detachment from the populace really is staggering sometimes. It's like, I love using the word asinine. One of these guys is kind of what I mean when I say asinine, because of how stupid it sounds. Like, would it surprise me if there were some people who didn't like the fact a black woman was cast based solely on the fact she was black? Sure, but then again, there are people who get pissed if a white person gets work at all and treat white people with the hospitality of South Africa. And it's the double standards I find really egregious here. It's not even and I'm pretty sure his own wife, another cunt in her own regard, encouraged harassing fans who didn't like this. Well, I never saw the book, never read the books, wasn't much of a book reader in high school, I only read a few. And I kind of wish I could have those days back where I read some of those books, but anyway. I saw bits of the Percy Jackson movie. I remember my sister watched one of them once. There was a guy giving Karen some dollars. I think it was a black guy who was supposed to be like, you know Hercules' mentor in the Disney movie? I think he was supposed to be one of those. I can't remember for sure, but anyway. It is really stupid that it's just a racial double standard. And I would say this guy, this author, he is racist himself for assuming that it was about race to begin with. It could just be they wanted the character to look the way that she was, I'm assuming, was described in the books. Because I tried reading some of his comments before I decided to do this recording, like do my own fucking research, and all I can say is I gave up after 10 seconds just how stupidly condescending his comments were. Same with his wife. Both of them are cunts. These are cunts who deserve each other. And, yeah, fuck them both. And I think this just kind of shows, well, no, for people this is probably not even show anything. It just highlights the detachment between creators and their fans. To which I can only say, I'm sorry people gave you money to begin with. But, yeah, like, I don't even know why people were getting excited or maybe hoping this would be good because, like, come on, it's the entertainment industry. They are going to fuck up the things you love because they get off on ruining the things you love and lying to you and doing things that piss you off. That's kind of how they get their rocks off. Like, did we learn nothing from Ruin Johnson and Jar Jar Abrams? Now, if this was an idea from Disney and he's just going along with it, fine. But you didn't have to gaslight people. And one of the things Brian in the comics rightfully pointed out was this dickhead didn't even provide evidence, proof, or like samples. He just made broad statements, which is par for the course with these dipshits. They do this all the time. They gaslight you, say things to piss you off, and they provide no instances, no sources, no proof. It's just, I say so, therefore you're going to believe me. To which I can only say in response, fuck you and your wife. Kindly both, actually I can't say that, they'll probably get in trouble. But yeah, eat bolt gun. And like, creators really need to stop this bullshit. Like, I'm looking forward to when this all comes back to bite them in the ass collectively, because everyone who makes our entertainment now, they think they are untouchable. They think they are beyond reproach. They are Todd Howard and Pete Hines, basically. They think they cannot be touched. They are like Uncle Polly, and to quote Jimmy the Grape, oh boy, is he going to be touched. Like, you are going to be touched at some point. Like, I am looking forward to when that pendulum swings culturally, because it's already swinging politically. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this. If it comes back to bite them in the ass, they get what they deserve. You don't bite the fucking hand that fucking feeds you, you fucking troglodyte. And you could have just kept your mouth shut. Is all I would. That's what I would have done. I would have kept my mouth shut. If I was in a position where I was going to make money and I was working with Disney, I would have just not said anything. Or at the very least, I would have tried to calm people down and say, look, guys, they're going to make some changes. I'm just asking that you give it a chance. You could have said that. Like, God forbid, one day if somehow I finally make something and get over my laziness, and I publish a story and people want to adapt it, I mean, granted, I would never work with a big company, but if it happened and they wanted to make some changes that were within reason, I would have said, look, guys, it's not going to be everything to the letter, but just give it a chance is all I'm asking, because I like what I'm seeing, and I think they'll do a good job, or I think they have good ideas in mind, so just give it a chance. That is what I would have done, and that's what I think this guy should have done. But no, he had to gaslight people, and his wife has only made the situation worse. And much like him, she would provide no proof, just gave us her word. And again, I say this from the bottom of my heart. Eat fucking bolt gun, the both of them. Either that or go to where orcs live. Actually, no, go to South Africa. That's better than where orcs live. Because I know those two won't last long there. Or if they do, I won't have to put up with their bullshit for much longer, because they'll be real grateful about where they come from afterwards. Actually, no, scratch that. That's a waste of, people's time in Africa. And those of you who know what I'm getting at here, kudos to you. And I know that's probably paying me to say, but fuck it. At this point, really, fuck it. These people are people who, they would not be where they are without their fans and the money they get from their fans and their customers. And they seem to have forgotten that. So, yeah, I say fuck it. Boycott this. Boycott everything that is associated with them. Let them know what it feels like to be radioactive. Basically, let them know what it feels like to be a ghoul in Fallout, basically. That is what I think of this whole situation. So, yeah, fuck them. Fuck his wife. Not in the fun way, because I would probably prefer to put my dick in a meat grinder. Or hit her husband's dick in a meat grinder, along with Michael Bay's dick in a meat grinder. Just for fun, because fuck James Cameron and fuck Michael Bay, too. Because I am for burning bridges with certain people in Hollywood. I mean, actually, no, I'm just for insulting them in general. Anyway, it's just stupid. It is very, very stupid. Like, they made this about race in a situation where it didn't belong. And I find it funny. I bet if the roles, it shows when the roles are reversed, if you question what they're doing and their racist politics, they have no problem slandering you. So fuck you both. Fuck whoever thought this was a good idea. As for the actors and actresses, I have nothing to say about them for now. But if they do say something, feel free to make them radioactive too, in your opinion. I really do not care. But yeah, fuck them. And fuck the Olympian stuff this guy's written, because I never read any of it, but from what I remember hearing of it, it sounded overrated as shit. And I think that's where I'll end it. Have a nice day. Remember, the game was rigged from the start. Eat bolt gun.